Hi everybody, happy January to you. We are going to get started on our January Club Q. And this one is called Always Choose Joy. So I like that it is a very general theme that it can be used for anything. It's kind of wintry colors, but you can use it for almost any pictures. The Powder Puff chalking inks that we suggest are Amaretto and Dragonfly. But you choose whatever works for you. I actually did not get here with, I'm filming this at home today, and I did not get here with the right colors. So I'm actually going to use Deep Sea, so like a darker blue. And then I also have green fields, what is it called? Oh my gosh. Fields of green. Another one that would look really nice with this is like emerald green, which is a really dark bluish green color. One thing that I want to start off by showing you, so if you haven't punched out your die kits yet, the ones this month actually in both kits are very delicate. So I just want to show you how I did it so that you're not tearing anything. And if you do tear something, no worries, we can still fix it and make it work. But what I do is I start at one end and I pop out that one end and bring it forward and then slide my hand underneath of it, pop out that next little piece, slide my hand down so that this is not getting hung up in there, and just keep moving down and popping it out. If you lay it back down, it gets hung up in there and it's hard to get it out of there. So I just keep moving down, popping it out of there. The next one, and just trying not to let it get caught back in the paper. So that's how I found the easiest way to get those out of there. They're really skinny and delicate, but also if there's something that tears off, you know, like a little thing here and there, no worries. It's still gonna look great once you get it on your page. Okay? So if you have torn off any of those, don't even worry. I just want to show you the easiest way that I found to get those out of there. Because even the letters this month, I love the look of them, but they are very skinny. So I did the same with them. I started at the top and I just kind of moved down, kept my hand underneath of it, and popped them out as we go. And since they are very delicate die cuts this month, I'm using the Barely Art Precision Craft Glue because it has a really fine tip at the top, and I can use just a little bit on the backs of the skinny die cuts that we have. This is on our website. I think it's, I can't even remember, it's somewhere around $10 I think, but this goes a long way. We also have refills that are huge, and you can keep refilling this also. This comes with 3 different tips, but I usually only use the precision tip. So anyway, it's great glue. And we are going to get started with just the cutting stuff. There's one cutting diagram here, so I'm going to try and get that stuff out of the way before we get going on the layout. There is one cutting diagram, and that's this one here, and I'm just going to lay it next to me so I can see. So I'm going to, this is the top, I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut 4.5 all the way across. So 4.5, and then we want it at 9 3/4. So we'll put it back in here at 9 3/4. Oops, it's 9 3/4. And just trim that little bit off the end. This is just extra, so you can use it for a little tag if you want to, or you can toss it. So there's 4.5 by 9 3/4. And I always like to mention, if you want to pause and get things cut out or chalked up, just hit pause and then pick it up again when you are ready and push play. So the part that's left down here, we are going to cut at 5.5. So I'm going to turn it this way. Actually, let me turn it like this cut at 5.5. You can cut either end off if you want to get rid of the darker side, the lighter side. Get rid of the darker sides. So this is just extra leftover. And I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to cut at 3 1/4. So 3 1/4. Did I do that right? 5 1/4. Let me check. I don't know if I put it in the right. Oh yeah, 5.5. Right. Okay, by 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Move it down. 3 1/4. And 3 1/4. Oh, I put it at 2 1/4. Oh no. Actually, I think that will still work. Right, because this end is 3 1/4. Okay. So you have 3 at 5.5, or 5.5 by 3 1/4. Set those to the side. This is leftover, extra piece that you don't need. The only other cut, and I'm going to have to grab this out from under here because I got to get the measurement here. The only other cut is the navy paper. It's 3.5 by 10 1/4 right now. And that's this one. And we are going to trim off a 1-inch piece. So just trim a 1-inch piece off. And then the other one is left at 2.5 by 10 1/4. So this piece should be 2.5 left over. My dog's coming to say hi to you. Okay. Oh, he said hi and just left. Okay, so I think that's all the actual cutting that we'll be doing. And we'll set these aside and use those in a little bit. Okay, once you have all your pieces punched out, I just keep them in a pile with like colors. And I have these kind of laid out here already on here. Okay, so I have these pieces. These are all negatives from what you have punched out here, but we are going to use those. So a lot of times with our kits, we use the negatives so that we're not wasting any paper, but these fit right inside each other. So this came out of here. I'll show you when you punch these out. We're going to use these later. So the way that it works is your aqua color side is going to go down first. I'm going to put a little adhesive on there. And if you want to, you can lay out all of your pieces and then go back and glue them down to your page. Totally up to you. A lot of times I do that because then if I want to move things around and add more pictures and stuff like that, I can. So I'm going to center this piece on the page. And the next piece that goes on is you'll flip this over and put that right in the middle. And again, if you want to chalk up any of this, go right ahead. I'm not going to do these bigger pieces right now, but you can if you'd like to. So that fits right on the inside there. And then your circle goes right back inside there. This one I am going to chalk up just to add a little extra color to it. Let's see, I'm going to use the Deep Sea. just a little bit around the edges. And it kind of depends on which pictures you are going to put on your page. If you're going to use something more with navies and blues, then this is a good color to use, or any of the dark blues, like Blue Moon, Deep Sea, Navy. If you are going to use more of the aqua or turquoise colors, then I would probably use Dragonfly or Baja Blue or something that brings out a little more of the greenish color. This is going to go right inside here. And it just kind of fits all together like a puzzle piece. And then this little piece is actually going to be covered up, so you'll never even see that. That will be covered up with this piece, and it doesn't, if you have your script going the other way, that's totally fine. If it's going this way, it's fine, because all of this is going to be covered up really with photos. So don't even worry about which way you are going to have it on, or have the script on the page. This is going to go right over top of this. You can chalk that up. Oops, I got a little too blue. And I think what I'm going to do is actually add a little green to this. That blue is a little bright. I'm going to go over this with just a little bit of, let's see what I have. This is Fields of Green, so I'm just going to tone this blue down just a little bit. You can see it, and then it starts turning a little more of like the aqua teal color instead of navy blue. If you do mix colors like this, you definitely want to do like two dark colors together, or you want to put your light color on first and then go over it with your darker color so it's not ruining your pad. See, that's a nice little bluish green color. And this is going to go right on this side. The thing I love about this glue too is that you just need a little bit. You don't have to have the whole thing covered. So I'll add that to the page. There should be about 1/4 of an inch all the way around there. You have a frame that came out of your die cut, and this one you'll want to have, before you glue it all down, you want to have your photos in behind there. If you don't have the photos yet, what I would do is just tack it down just a little bit so you keep things in place, and you can peel it up later to add photos behind there. So I'm just going to tack it down just a little bit so that I can peel it up later and add photos. You have, out of your die cut, 3 little banners here, and this is where your word joy is going to go. Chalk those up if you like. We have a little bag of brads. You just want to poke a hole in the tops of each one of these and add your brad. And just for the sake of time, I'm not going to add my brads in there, but you go ahead and add the brads if you'd like. And then arrange your banners. And again, if you don't want to glue it down quite yet and you want to get things in place, you go ahead and do that. I'm gonna tack these down. And then the words joy go right on top of that. These thicker blue letters go down first. And then your skinny, goldish brown tan letters go on top of that. And these ones get skinnier and skinnier, but really with this glue, what I do is just put a little dot here and there, because it will dry clear. So if you get kind of a blob on there and it starts to show, no worries, it will dry and you won't even know it's there. And this one I'm just going to put a little bit on this side, because once you get it into your page protector, these are going to lay nice and flat. You don't have to have glue on the entire thing. Because it's probably, once you get it in your page protector, it's not going to be coming in and out of your page protector. So as long as you get most of it glued down with a few dots of glue, then you're good. Okay, so the trickier part is this even skinnier letters here. Always choose Joy. The back is not too bad, but the top part is really pretty skinny. But this glue also makes it easy to put on. I just think the skinny letters really make it look kind of elegant too. I'm going to take one of these and just make sure that I'm leaving space. Oh yeah, that'll still work. Okay, so here's your always word. That's going to go a few dots here and there and go right over the blue background there. And I get the A lined up perfectly and then move down the line and just press it down when you have it in the space that you want. And choose. I accidentally ripped off a little bit of the end of this one, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's not even going to make a difference really. I think it'll still look just fine. The C in place. I'm just going to put another little dot here to get that to lay down. And then those little glue spots will dry up. Now your leaves up here. Again, just a few dots here and there. That'll be enough to hold it onto the page. And one at the bottom here. These are kind of tricky to work with because they're so skinny and delicate, but I just really like how they look on the page. They're not big and bulky, just a little more elegant. And then one across the bottom. And actually, I'm going to turn this one this way so it doesn't cover up as much here. Okay, and you are done with page 1. Page 2. And if I'm going too fast, just hit pause and get reset here. So page 2, what we're working with here is this piece here. You want to center. So we had our die cuts come out of the middle here. You want to center this one in the middle of the page. I love it when there's actually lines that you can go by to make sure you're straight here. Oops, which I'm not. I'm going to adjust that a little bit. There we go. Okay, once you have that on, we are going to start with your blue pieces that you cut. This 1-inch piece is going to go I had my timer set. 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to lay these out first so that you can see where they go before gluing anything down. And then you have two little strips. The one that's about a 1/2 an inch. Well, it's not quite a 1/2 an inch. The bigger one, the thicker one here, goes next. Okay. Your tan goldish paper goes next, right up next to that, flush with that. And then your skinny plaid goes across here, and your larger blue plaid goes here. So actually, I'm going to move these up a little bit. I think I have them down a little too far. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting this one on. Okay. Across. And with this one, okay, the trick here is to not get any adhesive from here to here, because we are going to slide our tags. Actually, let me see here. Maybe I'm going to set this aside for a second. Your tags are going to go right here. So this one actually is a little bit underneath there. And then this one here. And go ahead and chalk those up. We'll go ahead and make the tags. So at the top of the tan tag, you have blue circle with an aqua circle over the top of it, and then a brad in the middle. Gotta get my brads out here. So brad goes right in the middle and into the tag here. On the plaid, it's a navy blue and a tan. That will go right in there. And then on the other one, you use navy blue with a teal on top of it. And there we go. Right on top of that. So I'm going to go ahead, and you can put little pictures on here, you can put words. I'm going to go ahead and glue mine down and put the strip over it, but if you want to do the strip first, you just want to make sure that you don't put any adhesive right here, so that you can put pictures on your tags and then slide them in if you want to. Okay? But right now I'm just going to glue down my tags. Because I don't have any pictures to put in those. This is going to go right over that. And again, you can put this on, just put a little, without putting your tags on, just put a little at each end and it'll hold this strip in place, and then you can slide your tags right underneath of it. This is next, and again, the same thing. You don't want to put adhesive right here if you want to slide tags in later. After that is this little strip here. And this one you can put glue all the way across because there's nothing that needs to slide in behind it. It just goes flush with the tan piece. Oops. And then your blue piece goes on last. Okay. See if I can get that glued down very well. All right, from there you chalk up your 3 background pieces here for your photos. And those can go on. And again, doesn't matter which way these are going for the script because they are going to be covered up with photos anyway, mostly. From there you have your little words. Let's cut this out. That just gets glued right up here. It'd be kind of fun to pop that off the page maybe with a pop dot or something. And then your last little bit, after you have photos in, are your little vines to finish it off. And there you go. Thanks so much for being a Club Q member. I hope you enjoy the kits this month and have the perfect photos for each one. We will see you next month. Thank you.